Good morning. Welcome to this Wednesday's Daily Dose. We're in Acts chapter 14, where we're talking about Paul and Barnabas. They just left the city of Iconium and they ended up in the city of Lystra. And one of the things that happened while they were speaking and preaching the gospel. And there was a man who was crippled since birth, has never been able to walk, is laying down and listening and hanging on every word that Paul is preaching. And this is what the Bible says about that man. Paul looks at him. This is in verse 9. He listened to Paul as he was speaking. Paul looked directly at him, saw that he had faith to be healed. And then in verse 10, it says, Paul called out to him and said, "Stand up on your feet." At that, the man jumped up and began to walk. The thing that I observe about this is that this man isn't going to Paul asking for healing. He's sitting, listening to teachings about Jesus, and he's building his faith and getting closer to God. And what happens when we get closer to God is we start experiencing healing. Even if we don't come to God asking for healing, there's something about being around God, getting closer to God, building our relationship with God, that it is natural, it's innate that God starts healing parts inside of us. And sometimes it's not a physical ailment, of course. Sometimes it's the wounding that you have since childhood. Sometimes it's the loss of a relationship or a loved one. Sometimes it's something that you've mourned for years. And sometimes it's just your peace that you need healed. As we get closer to Jesus, as we learn more about God and build our relationship with Him, we get to experience healing. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning on the Daily Dose.